orienting my phone to stream horizontally so we can get in the whole field here. Hi guys, were you in the aquarium today? Were you in the aquarium? Can I interview you for my socials here? I'd love to talk to you for a second. Come on, dude, I got up to 3 million views here. Don't you want to be known? Don't you want to be an ally of the animals? All these prisoners? The dad said no. Hey guys, were you in the aquarium today? No, okay. That's great. Don't go there. They got 20,000 animal prisoners in there, guys. It's pretty awful. Dude, were you in the aquarium today? Were you inside the aquarium today? Yeah? Can I interview you briefly on my socials here? All right. No, thank you. Hey guys, was anybody inside the aquarium today?
Yes, we were.
Oh, great. Can I do a quick interview with you here?
Oh, not me.
Why not? You sound perfectly articulate.
Oh, I'm not articulate.
But you are. You said you're not articulate in an articulate way. That's like irony.
What kind of questions are we talking about here?
I wanted to talk to you about the welfare of the animals in the aquarium.
Oh, no.
Why not? Whoa, that seems like... You agree with me? Okay. That woman said she agrees with me. She said, oh, no, I can't talk about that, but I agree with you. Folks, was anybody inside the aquarium today? I need to do a quick interview. All right, folks. Yeah, so that woman said, what do you want to ask me about it? I said, the welfare of the animals inside the aquarium. Oh, no. No, I can't talk about that, but I agree with you. I don't know. Maybe she works for the aquarium. She agrees with me. I actually have a whistleblower on side who has been feeding me a lot of information about how these 20,000 animals inside here are suffering. So now over here, see if we can, this one, reverse. Yeah, so there's some school buses. There's 2 school buses. So there'll be a pile of students exiting. Mostly the teachers get super protective when it comes to me trying to speak to the students about the suffering of the 20,000 animal prisoners inside Ripley's Marine Animal Torture Emporium. Looking for the first interview. What I'm going to do, and this is the most important thing for anybody watching the live stream, is that I will grab portions of this live stream. And hi, are you going inside the aquarium today? Great, good. I grab portions of the live stream in HD when it renders in about a day, and then I post that on my Instagram and Facebook, and there I've got about 21,000 followers, not huge, but enough to feel that I'm starting to have some influence for the animals. And in time, we'll build up the YouTube as well, which I'm just starting out in. So there might just be a few viewers today. Okay, there's some folks here I think who are just inside the aquarium. They're going to see there's a Spider-Man guy over here. Spider-Man character. Hey guys, were you inside the aquarium today? Were you inside the aquarium? Not yet? Can I try to persuade you to not go to the aquarium on my live stream here? That would be fantastic. Can I interview somebody? I'm going to try to persuade you to never go inside the aquarium. It's just like I'll ask you a few questions. Is that okay? But I that's what I want. I want you to say why to me, but on my live stream. Oh, nobody's ever done that though. People have told me I'm going to get a latte. They never come back. You're here. So on Facebook, I'm Lenny Bruce. Lenny Bruce, and on Instagram, Lenny Bruce 212. Just look up Lenny Bruce on Facebook. I got about 14,000 followers there, and I'm doing it all for the benefit of animals who are prisoners and being exploited. They have 20,000 animals inside, and the pardon me. Oh, have you already bought your tickets?
No.
Oh. So I want to persuade you to not go, and I'm positive I can persuade you to not go, because right away your vibe to me is that you're open and you've got like a kind vibe, like a compassionate vibe. And I'm going to ask you some questions and share a few facts, and I don't think you're going to go inside because there's horrors going on in there that I've documented. Okay, about how long would you be here? Like 30 minutes? Okay, they're going to go have a bite, probably a bite of animals. Hey folks, were you inside the aquarium today? Yeah, can I interview somebody from your vast clan about the animals suffering in the aquarium? Just one. Nobody wants to be famous today. Good day, sir. I'll have your hat. I love that Canada hat. All right. So as I was saying, it doesn't matter that right now things start off very minimal on YouTube. Doesn't matter if I get 11 views because this is high definition. This renders as high definition footage. And then I extract the highlights out of that to post videos on Instagram and Facebook. And I average about maybe 5,000 views. I've gotten up to 3 million. That is atypical right now, but I've done lots of videos that get tens of thousands of views, and the whole point of that is to be an influencer for animals. Thanks very much, Jason Gutt. Yes, anyone watching, if you haven't already liked this video and subscribed to my channel, share it. That would be much appreciated. And not the main thing, but I'm on Facebook as Lenny Bruce. I'm Lenny Bruce, and that's where I get the bigger views, and I'm getting some decent views on Instagram. I'm there as Lenny Bruce 212. So we're going to get some good interviews done today. It's a bit late in the game. It's what's the time? I don't even know what the time is. Approaching 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Most people enter around 11 or noon. But there will be quite a few people exiting, actually, and there's still a couple of school buses here, and that looks like it'll be a good 50 students, and they all pile out right here. It's just a matter of whether the teacher intervenes and tries to run interference as I try to reach out to the students about the 20,000 animals suffering in these glorified bathtubs. The amount of water, the amount of space in Ripley's Aquarium, Toronto. Hi guys, were you inside the aquarium today? Are you considering everyone? Pardon me? Can I persuade you to never go to the aquarium because of the suffering of those animals? Do you have a second? Hey guys, who was inside the aquarium today? Guys, were you inside the aquarium today? I think they're not going to the school buses. They're just, I don't know. It comes and goes. Sometimes people are non-responsive. Sometimes you get like a tidal wave of responsiveness. Hi guys, was anybody inside the aquarium today? Yeah? Do you know how many animals are inside the aquarium? 20,000. Do you know they were all kidnapped from the ocean? Did you know that, kids? They're very sad, those animals, kids. Very, very sad to steal animals from the ocean. There's a young girl there nodding. The teacher was not aggressive. Often they're aggressive. That was good to see. We got a pile. I think these guys are going to talk to me. You guys want to go live. I want to talk to you about the aquarium. You guys heading into the aquarium? I want to talk to you about the animals inside. You got a second? Oh, come on. You've got time to see all these animal prisoners. What? Okay, guys. Hey, can I talk to any of your kids about all these animal prisoners? You guys know there's 20,000 animals in there. Kidnapped from the oceans, guys. Very, very cruel. Very sad for animals. They hurt animals here, kids. Anyway. Yeah. And thank you to whoever is here. I appreciate it. Again, I want to reiterate, if we're not already connected on Facebook and Instagram, connect with me there. I'm Lenny Bruce on Facebook, and Lenny Bruce 212 on Instagram. And right now that's where I'm getting some adequate views, minimum thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, and once in a blue moon, many more. And my goal there is to reach as many people as possible with the message that animals are not or do not want to be objects, do not want to be slaves. Hi guys, were you inside the aquarium today? Okay, great. Can I do a quick interview for my YouTube here with one of you about the suffering of those animals? I want to ask you a couple of questions and see. What? Oh, you're out? No Uber waits for 10 minutes. They'll give you 10 seconds and then they hightail it. You need another Uber. But guys, there's 20,000 animals in there, and they're mostly kidnapped from oceans pretty violently. That's pretty sad, right? I appreciate your compassion. Okay, they're looking for an Uber. They claim has been here for 10 minutes. I don't think there's any Uber that waits 10 minutes. Or if they do, I don't know. They can't keep the meter running. There's no meter. Hi, guys. Were you inside the aquarium today? Okay, great. Can I talk to you about the welfare of those animals? Would anybody like to be interviewed live on my YouTube? There's 20,000 animals in there. Okay, and there's a lot of things you don't know that they don't tell you. And I'm going to tell you now, and I want to get your opinion on that. Do you have a second? How many animals do you think are inside there right now? 20. Okay, you heard that. 20,000. Do you know how much space they have? Right. The equivalent of 2 Olympic pools. Do you think that's pretty disgusting? Yeah, thanks. So I'm getting a lot of people agreeing with me, not on camera. These are off-camera interviews. It's a new thing. It's the latest thing. Guys, you're not heading into this sad, cruel aquarium today, are you?
We're already finished for the day.
Oh, can I share with you some shocking facts about the mistreatment of those animals and get your opinion on that on my YouTube here? They're in a bit of a rush, but they weren't in a rush. They weren't in a rush to see these animal prisoners. Hi. Were you inside the aquarium today? Okay, can I share with you on my YouTube here some facts about the mistreatment of those animals and get your opinion on that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's great. Do you mind just coming over a bit? Okay, they're great. So I'm Lenny Bruce on Facebook. There I've got about 14,000 followers, and I just started my YouTube. So I'm just building now, but I'm going to take this footage, I'm going to put it on Facebook and Instagram, and I normally get thousands or tens of thousands of views, which I do just for the well-being of animals. I'm not promoting myself or selling anything. So how many animals do you think are captives inside Ripley's aquarium? What's your guess?
500,000.
Well, 500,000, so it's 20,000. But it seemed to you like
Yeah,
it
'cause
was.
There's so many little fishies. Yeah, there's a lot of animals in there.
It's interesting you say 500,000 because to you it looked like it was very congested and crowded with these animal captives, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know how much space they have? I'll just tell you because nobody knows this fact. They have the equivalent of 2 Olympic swimming pools worth of water.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think of cramming 20,000 animals, including big animals, sharks and stingrays and octopus, into 2 pools for their entire life?
Now that you say that, I actually don't plan on bringing my son back here. I already have a bad feeling about zoos and things like that. And I don't really agree with it, but you know, when you have kids, when they want to do stuff, you kind of like fall into like letting them see those things. But hearing that Olympic pools doesn't sound normal or humane at all.
And I get it. You have a kid and they get to see these exotic animals up close. So that's one consideration, but you're a compassionate person, obviously. And all you needed was that one fact to decide you're never bringing your son again to Ripley's aquarium, to Ripley's marine animal prison. Did you see the stingray tank, the touch tank?
Yeah, we did, and we did touch the stingrays today.
Did you wonder why you and your son were not stung by the stingrays?
I thought that personally that those stingrays didn't sting because he had asked me if they sting. I said no, those ones do not.
Actually, they do, but they're barbs. Yeah, they're called barbs, and they amputate them.
Oh my goodness.
Not only do they amputate them once, but they grow back like a fingernail, so they have to keep re-amputating them. And because these are all wild animals, these aren't like cats who are just like, yeah, groom me. They resist and they fight, and so they have to hold them down very aggressively. So those stingrays are so traumatized every time they amputate their barbs. How do you feel about knowing this fact that Ripley's Aquarium didn't tell you when you were inside?
That's disgusting, honestly. And I feel like as if they were to tell people that, there'd be less people going there. Because all it takes is one person to have a little bit of compassion, and that just changes your view on everything, honestly.
One person like you who then's probably going to share with others
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
the facts.
I'm a fun fact kind of girl, so
You're a
fun fact kind of girl. So I definitely would be sharing that with the people that I know.
You like to share interesting, significant, fun, important facts with people,
For sure.
and you're going to let a lot of people know
For sure.
about the suffering of the animals in Ripley's Aquarium, Toronto.
For sure.
And do you know that? Did you see the octopus?
No, we didn't get a chance to see that.
Okay. Do you know? This is from a whistleblower that I know. One time they found the octopus overnight had escaped from the tank. The octopus is so smart. They saw humans opening the latch to their tank. So the octopus overnight actually used one of their arms.
to open it up.
Right. They used one of their arms and they opened up the latch. They crawled outside the tank, but then they were on the floor and they can't survive that long out of water, a little while. And yes, so they found the octopus dead, and it's not the first time that's happened.
Oh my god, that's disgusting, honestly. I'm lost for words.
Can I share with you one other just disgusting
Yes.
fact? You saw the sharks?
Yes, I did.
Did you notice how the sharks were swimming?
Yeah.
How?
Like, kind of like with no movement, if that makes sense. Kind of like lifeless, if that makes sense. Like, it just seemed like they were robotic, if that makes sense.
So one reason why those sharks are robotic is because when they first are imprisoned here, after they capture them, there's no breeding of sharks. It's not like dogs. We can buy them from a breeder, which is still bad. They're all wild caught very violently. When they first show up here, they'll swim in circles. You'll see the younger ones swimming in circles. So what happens is because of that, because they're always turning, eventually their spines develop a curvature. So it's like a scoliosis. So they become deformed and they have a deformed spine. And so they're in pain. So when they're older, they can't really even swim anymore. They just lie there in pain.
Yeah. Yeah. You can tell. You can tell that something was definitely off with the sharks looking at them. They didn't have like movement as you see when you're watching documentaries about wild sharks and things like that. They definitely did not swim the same. I can say that much.
Can you think of another reason why some animals here might just not be very vibrant and moving around a lot? Like a mental reason?
Yeah, definitely because they're taken from their homes. They're animals, so at the end of the day, they don't know that they're going to be there for the rest of their life. They're just wondering where is what I'm used to, the wildlife. So I know that has to do with it. It's definitely, if I'm pretty sure after hearing these facts, those animals are probably depressed.
Like clinical crushing depression that we probably mostly can't even imagine, other than maybe humans who are imprisoned in solitary confinement for their entire lives. But you're exactly right. That's been completely verified by marine biologists that all these animals, they may not manifest their depression in the way they do. We don't, for example, speak their language. We don't understand their behavior. They're all crushingly depressed. So when you see those sharks just kind of listless and lifeless, they've been broken. They're completely broken beings because they have no life. As you pointed out, they don't have their habitat. They don't have their family, their friends. They don't have any of their natural behaviors that they can express other than swimming in circles to be gawked at in a glorified bathtub for the rest of their life.
Honestly, it's really disgusting now that you put it in that perspective. And I feel like you doing this is good for people like me or any other person walking by because you don't go into a place even thinking like that. Obviously, you should because what do you think? People are locking animals behind in little bathtubs, like you said, right? But when you do put it in perspective, it's like, wow, I just really just watched these animals sit in a glass holding cell to be depressed. Yeah, that's disgusting, honestly.
I think you're putting it perfectly accurately, a glass holding cell. And sorry, what was can I ask your first name if you want to?
Yeah, my name is Alicia.
Alicia, it's really good talking with you because you are giving the animals the time to find out the facts that they want you to find out. You're going to let other people know to not come to this aquarium. And realistically, that actually has the power to shut it down because there have been marine animal parks like Marineland and Niagara Falls that shut down because people got tired of dolphins and whales being exploited. They stopped going and they shut down. So it's actually the public that has the power by not going and spreading the word and putting it on your socials So if you want to look it up,
Yeah, what
it's
is your
going to be,
social media?
yeah. So on Facebook, the starting point would be Lenny Bruce on Facebook,
How do you spell it?
Lenny Bruce. Yeah, just quick. Yeah, that's click that one, Lenny Bruce, right there.
Biography?
No, just where it says Lenny Bruce and nothing else. Yeah, you see where it says Lenny Bruce here? Yeah, click that. Awesome. And then, yeah, so that's me there. Just click on that. So there I am doing a protest against fur stores in Toronto. Oh, no, actually, there we were handing out vegan food and clothing to homeless people.
Oh wow.
So-
I really do support that.
So if you scroll down, you'll see I posted videos where I'm interviewing people at the aquarium.
Yeah.
So if you can keep an eye out for that,
I
Alicia,
will for
and then
sure.
share it out,
I definitely
And-
will be sharing that on my socials.
because we have socials now, so we have actually the power to shut down this place owned by actually the richest man in Canada. Have you ever seen on a billboard where it says Pattison, the name Pattison?
Yeah.
He owns it. He's the richest man in Canada, Jim Pattison.
Wow.
He's worth like I think 14 billion or something crazy.
That's awesome.
And so he's just here making money off the backs of these animals stolen from the wild. So
Thank you so
Alicia?
much for educating me today. I do appreciate it, and for taking the time to speak with me.
thank you, Alicia. You were an amazing person to speak with. I'm excited that you're going to share this,
Yeah.
and there's going to be more people influenced and inspired to not support this disgusting exploitation of animals for money.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was good talking to you.
It's great talking to you.
Thank you. Have a
Really-
great day. Thank you.
That was a great interview. Wow. Bye, Alicia. Thank you, Alicia. Now that right there, that's it. That's my video right there with Alicia. Oh, okay. She went on the school bus. Whoa. So she just went on the school bus. Okay. I wonder. And she's talking to her son right now. Holy jeez. I'm just going to do this quickly. So Alicia just went on to the school bus here. Okay. All right. And she's talking to her son right now. So I don't know if she's a teacher or it was like parents accompanying their students, I don't know if it was parents accompanying their children to the aquarium. But Alicia is on the school bus. And I know that she is sharing these grotesque facts about animal torture in the aquarium with her son because the son is pointing over towards the aquarium and me. So the son also is going to get on their socials and talk to the other 40, 50 kids who are going to pile on this bus and just spread like wildfire the truth that these animals are broken. They are broken. Hi guys, we're inside the aquarium today. Okay, can I share with you some shocking facts about the mistreatment of these animals? Did you know they cut off the barbs of those stingrays and that's why they don't sting you?
I did not know that. I'll have to do some research.
Well, you can research it, but they all have barbs. That's why you can plunge your hands in there. And the reason they come to you is not because they want to be your friend, it's because they keep them hungry. So it compels them to come up to you, but they don't want to be touched. They have to amputate those barbs over and over again. It's very violent, it's very painful. There's many other things I could tell you. Pardon me? Yeah, well, thank you for saying you will read up on that. She's not going to read up on anything. She might. Hey guys, were you inside the aquarium today?
It was good.
Well, no, oh, you think it was good? Let me ask you a question. Did you see the stingray tank where they have the stingrays? You can put your hand in and touch the stingrays?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you notice that the stingrays, I'm live on YouTube, if that's okay with you? Yeah. Did you notice the stingrays? Did you put your hand in the stingray tank too?
You didn't.
You didn't?
Just went close.
Okay. But do you know why the stingrays didn't sting you? Do you have any theories?
No.
Okay. But they all have a barb, and that barb they would use to sting anyone or any being in the ocean who would get near them. Why didn't they sting you? No idea?
Maybe it's not in them anymore.
Because they cut it off. They amputate it. You can look it up. So that barb grows back. If it's cut off somehow in the ocean and they lose it, it grows back.
Okay.
So they have to constantly amputate it. So it's a violent, traumatic procedure. And that's why they don't sting you. What do you think of that?
That's sad.
Isn't it sad?
Yeah.
Isn't it actually like kind of disgusting to do that to wild animals just so they can be looked at for money?
Yeah, that's true.
How many animals do you think are prisoners inside the aquarium right now as we speak?
No idea.
20,000. How much space do you think they have?
Not much.
Not much is right. So they have the equivalent of 2 Olympic pools. Just imagine you're like at a water park and there's 2 big pools there. What would you think if you saw 20,000 animals crammed in 2 pools? Would you think that's pretty disgusting to do that to wild animals for their entire life?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, that's not good. Never thought about it that way.
I mean, I get it. I get the allure of coming here. It's awesome. I was inside one time.
It's my first time coming here.
I mean, it's incredible to see sharks, stingrays, tropical fish. Did you see the octopus? You didn't get to see the octopus. The octopus, one of the octopuses who's dead now, once actually figured out how to escape. They're so smart. They're so smart. So they saw the handlers open the latch, and then overnight, when everybody was gone, the octopus in Ripley's Aquarium, Toronto, opened the latch, climbed out, but then was just on the floor and died.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's really sad.
Where do you think they get most of these 20,000 animals here? How do you think they get them?
No idea.
So a majority are wild caught, violently taken literally from ocean habitat against their will. What do you think about that?
It's not good, but
But what?
it's sad.
Yeah, I guess there's no but. Like, from their standpoint, there's no but. Some people say, but it's cool to see them. But then I say, is that really fair to say that our little bit of enjoyment to see a shark balances out or makes it morally acceptable to kidnap them and imprison them for their life? Is that a fair trade-off?
No, it's not, but I can't really do anything about
You
it.
actually can. You can talk to people. I have been here so many times and I have turned people away. I've gotten millions of views on my socials. And so I'm on a one-man mission to turn people away from this marine animal prison because it's not fair. It's not fair to kidnap 20,000 animals or breed them in these disgusting like puppy mill type operations, which is where they get a lot of the tropical fish.
Yeah.
And about 80% of the fish in those breeding facilities die. And a lot of it is when they transport them. Like, these animals are just getting traumatized from the start to the finish. The breeding, the kidnapping, the transporting, imprisoning, swimming in circles and going crazy their whole lives. Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Do you think it's disgusting to do this to animals for money?
Well, it's not right if so be the case, but as I say, it's my first time here, so I don't really know.
Could it be possibly your last time here, do you think, if you think about being kind to animals?
Most likely, yeah.
I appreciate it. I love your jacket. So
you.
you've been at a home game of each one of these NBA teams, have you?
It was bought that way.
Did it bought that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is your team?
I love all of them practically.
Yeah. All right. So you're not from Toronto?
I am.
Okay. So the Raptors are not your team?
Yeah, they're on here.
Oh, they're up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a nice jacket. It's a cool jacket. Nice talking to you guys. Okay, take care, guys. That was great. You know, that's someone who has never given a thought to. Oh, they're going on the bus too. Oh yeah. So this is they're all going on the bus here. I'm not sure what this is. I got to find out. Let me just ask this person that I interviewed. Hey guys, this isn't part of the interview. What? Can I just ask? I'm curious. This isn't like a school field trip or?
No, this is funded by the government.
Oh, okay. What is the organization? I'm just curious.
Yeah, Toronto Community Housing.
Toronto Community Housing?
Yeah.
Is it like people who are living in
Yeah, they're all over.
okay, living community housing or shelters and
Both, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. Oh, okay. And you're involved as a
Like a volunteer.
a volunteer. Okay, that's amazing that you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Toronto Community Housing. Okay, I'll look that up. And so, is it
They fund for us to take people on trips and things like that.
so you're a volunteer? So they'll say these are the people who are going to go on a field trip to wherever today.
Yeah, and then you have a vote and they vote
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Sharks and that. I get it. And then they will bring in, organize for volunteers like you to come in and kind of accompany
Yeah,
people
with their
who.
kids and adults and their kids. It's not just kids by themselves. It's parents and children.
So it's all parents and their
Yeah.
kids? Okay. Well, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I'm glad that this community organization exists
Yeah.
and is providing.
A way for this information to get out as well.
Exactly, exactly. That's great. And there's still, you have some more people who are still inside? Okay.
Thank you for talking with me.
Yeah, thanks again,
No
Alicia.
problem. Bye-bye.
So they're called Toronto Community Housing, and it's a community group that brings people who are less fortunate, don't necessarily have the means. Guys, are you going inside the aquarium today?
Yeah.
Can I share with you some shocking facts about the mistreatment of animals inside and get your opinion? I want to get your opinion on a couple of facts about the mistreatment of these animals. Pardon me?
We have a schedule for the tower.
Yeah, but like there's 20,000 animals inside there, and they're all going crazy, swimming in circles. It's a prison. It's pretty sick, guys. Thanks, guys. All right. The Spider-Man over here, right over there. And I don't know if it's the same Spider-Man I've met before. I met a Spider-Man, a person doing a Spider-Man character in Toronto, and it was a vegan actually. No idea if it's the same Spider-Man. Hi guys, were you inside the aquarium today?
No.
That's great. 20,000 animal prisoners. You don't want to patronize that cruelty. Thank you. Yeah, so there are a couple of people in agreement there. Guys, were you inside the aquarium today? All right. Hey guys, were you inside the old aquarium today? Were you inside the aquarium today?
We were yesterday.
Yesterday, can I share with you, anyone here who wants to be on my YouTube live, a couple of shocking facts about the mistreatment of these animals that they don't tell you, and then I want to get your opinion on that. Who wants to find out? You don't want to find out how these animals are basically tortured? Oh wow. So people are like in a rush sometimes, but they're not in a rush to spend 3 hours in there paying $50 a pop, whatever it is. People are smoking beside me. Why? Oh God. Anyway, I'll inhale a little bit of secondhand smoke, get a polyp or two for the sake of the animals. Okay, he's walking off, the smoker guy. Oh, for the love of God. All right, here we go. Hey guys, were you inside the aquarium today, guys? Okay, do you know how they get the sharks? Do you know they kidnap them from the oceans? What do you think of kidnapping sharks from the oceans? Hey guys, were you inside the marine animal prison today where they hurt animals? So when I see someone with little kids, I just basically say hurt animals. How you doing? Were you inside the aquarium today, sir? Okay, can I share with you a couple of shocking facts? Guys, can I share with you a couple of shocking facts about the mistreatment of the 20,000 animals inside the aquarium? And get your opinion on those poor animals. And then the mother is basically there, like pushing the kids off, like pushing them in the back. They were like this.
I know.
Because the horrors of a vegan. Yeah, he wants to be live. Can I put him live on YouTube? A couple of shocking facts about these animals being kidnapped from the ocean. Guys, are you inside the aquarium today? Do you want to know how they brutalize the sharks? It's disgusting. You get a mix. Today I'm getting a lot of people who are like, a lot of parents are, no, I want to talk to that bad man. Bad man. All right. A lot of people are exiting now. They entered a couple hours ago. There's still a pile. Okay, this guy, I think this guy's probably a hunter, so pretty sure. Yeah, he's wearing a hunting cap. Yeah, and he's got, yeah. So it's this guy right here. Yeah, the guy right there with the brown pants. That guy there. Yeah, this guy here. The guy with the brown pants and the white guy. He was a hunter. He had a hunting cap on, and his face was like this. Yeah, no kidding. You're unhappy. You kill amazing wildlife for fun. Like, you obviously have a mental illness. Not going to walk around beaming like sunshine. Hey guys, were you inside the aquarium today? No? Great. Please don't patronize this marine animal prison. Guys, were you inside the aquarium today?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Can I share with you on my YouTube live here a couple of shocking facts about the mistreatment of the animals inside that the aquarium will not share with you? Can I share them with you and get your opinion? Okay, did you approach the stingray touch tanks?
Yeah.
Did you put your hand inside the tank?
No.
Okay. Did you notice that no one is being stung by the stingrays?
Mhm.
Do you know why that is?
Are stingrays usually fairly dormant animals unless completely threatened?
If you try to touch a stingray in the wild, like you're going to be horrifically injured by that stingray. So what they do, and you can verify all this if you want to do some reading after, is they have to amputate the barbs. They're known as a barb. So any aquarium that captured stingrays and they're all wild caught, there's no like stingray breeding programs. They have to amputate the barbs, which grow back over and over. So they have to forcibly hold down those stingrays, which are desperately trying to escape being restrained, and they have to amputate those barbs while they're traumatically holding down those frantic stingrays. How do you feel about that?
So what about all the people there? Wouldn't they be fairly used to it?
Well, my question was about the stingrays. Do you think the stingrays are traumatized?
I honestly don't know enough to know about that. If once I do my research, if I was to come across that, then yeah, I would think so.
Okay, but does it make sense to you that a wild animal, if you try to amputate part of it, they're going to try to flee? They're not just going to say, yeah, I'm a wild animal. A person's trying to cut off a part of me. Should go for it. Or, doesn't it make sense? They're probably traumatized.
Oh, if that was to happen, then yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And the sharks? Did you wonder where they get the sharks from?
The ocean, I'm guessing.
What do you think of the fact that they're all like violently caught, kidnapped from the ocean?
Yeah, it's yeah, I can believe that.
What do you think of that, kidnapping sharks from their natural habitat and their lives to put them in a glorified bathtub for the rest of their life?
It's well, yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, it's bad, right?
Yeah. It's just actually kind of disgusting to do that for money when there's no need. It's not like they're endangered or what have you. It's just literally
Well, I mean,
a commercial
the thing is,
enterprise.
they do get a lot of space to swim and they get fed, right?
So a lot of space. So how many animals, do you know how many animals are inside, prisoners inside the aquarium? So it's 20,000, and they'll tell you that on their own website. What they will also tell you, and I'm shocked that they still have the fact up there, is that they have 2 Olympic pools worth of space for all 20,000 animals. These are 20,000 animals who used to have oceans as their habitat. Now they have 2 pools, basically living in a glorified bathtub, swimming in circles. Do you think that's a lot of space for 20,000 animals, wild animals?
Yeah, I guess not, but I mean, it's spread out at the same time. So
If you were
based off of what I saw,
If you were at a water park and let's say there's 2 big pools there, and there were 20,000 animals in those 2 pools, including big animals like sharks, stingrays, a couple of octopuses, would you say, yeah, I think that's fine to cram 20,000 animals for their entire life into these 2 pools in front of me instead of being free in their habitat, living the life that they want?
yeah. I mean, I suppose there are good things and bad things about that, right?
What's a good thing about kidnapping animals from the ocean and putting them in a bathtub for their
See,
life?
All that is bad, but they also don't have any natural predators over here. I thought so.
Do you think it's our business to decide for wild animals how they're going to live and say,
That gets into a much bigger moral conversation, right?
what's the moral conversation about kidnapping wild animals and imprisoning them for $50 a pop?
It's yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty big conversation to have right now. I'm actually on my way out.
Isn't it basically rationalizing? Aren't we just looking for ways to justify exploiting animals for money instead of just not
I'm
being
sure-
a jerk
I'm
to
sure
animals?
I'm sure that's part of it. Yeah.
Look, I was conditioned to eat animals and participate in exploiting animals, and I had some conversations and I thought about it, slept on it, did some reading, some reconsidering, and I realized I'd been programmed to look at animals as commodities to be exploited for entertainment, research, so-called food, clothing, and I realized we don't need actually to ever kill any animal. We can be vegan.
Yep. So that's for those who it's right for. It's right.
Are there people
I know
who would?
plenty of vegans.
Okay, and do they seem like they're functioning fine? They're healthy and happy. But
Um, Healthy is much more of a long term question, right? We don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe like if I've only known someone for 5 years, what do I know what's gonna happen 25 years from now, right?
that's very fair. I've been vegan 30, vegetarian 37. I'm 63.
I know plenty of
I climb up and down the CN Tower in my 60s. Couldn't do it when I was eating animals. What does that say to you anecdotally?
I think maybe you got a bit more health conscious overall, not just veganism, just overall.
You're actually totally right. I eat whole foods from scratch, right? I don't eat processed foods very much at all. Okay, it's good talking to you. I
All right,
appreciate
likewise.
it.
Take care.
Yeah, take care. So that's a good example of someone who has been programmed to think of animals as commodities, never gave it a second thought, had a lot of resistance, a lot of rationalizing. Guys, you go to the aquarium today, 20,000 animals imprisoned in this disgusting hellhole. Don't support this disgusting hellhole. How can you do that? Whoa. Hey guys, we're inside the aquarium today.
Yeah, we were.
Can I share with you a couple of shocking facts about the mistreatment of those animals and get your opinion on that? Is that okay? Can I put you on my YouTube? Yeah? Permission granted? I appreciate it, sir.
What do you think, Mitch?
Hi, Mitch, with Dad here, right? Okay, so we're at Ripley's Aquarium, Toronto, and you guys were just inside the aquarium?
Yeah.
Do you have an idea how many animals are captive inside the aquarium?
A lot.
So it's 20,000 animals. Do you know how they get most of the animals?
How?
Most of them are wild caught, so they have to go out with nets and whatnot, and they have to capture sharks, and the sharks like resist very, very extremely to not be captured because they want to be free and not in a bathtub, a glorified bathtub. What do you think of basically kidnapping sharks from the ocean against their will and putting them in a glorified bathtub to swim in circles for the rest of their life? You think that's fair to sharks?
No, it's not fair at all. It's mistreatment.
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice that the sharks were swimming in circles at all?
Yeah.
So what happens to their spine is they develop scoliosis because sharks in the ocean mostly swim straight. They don't swim in circles because they're in a tiny space and they swim in circles. Their spines develop curvature. So they have like these damaged spines. And eventually you'll see some of them just kind of sitting there because their spines are so messed up they can't even swim anymore. What do you think of that?
That's really bad. And you shouldn't be kidnapping sharks from the ocean. It's disrespectful.
It is disrespectful to me. It's just I don't know how anyone can do that for money to these wild animals. Did you see the tropical fish?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean they're pretty amazing with the colors and everything.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's cool to see. I've been inside. It's cool. Do you know where they get the fish from?
The ocean with nets?
Some, yes, and so a lot of them they will get from coral reefs, and they have to use a gas. They pump a gas into the reef to scare the fish out, to force the fish out, so that will traumatize them, and it actually kills a lot of fish in the process. They also get some of the tropical fish from breeding programs, and in those breeding programs, and when they're transporting them here, and even when they're living here in these little bathtubs, about 80% of them will die. So for every 2 fish you saw, there were about 8 who died. How do you feel about that?
That's really messed up, and they shouldn't really be allowed to do that.
Yeah, you pointed out an interesting, important fact is they're allowed. Canada has really no laws to protect animals at all. Like there's nothing. Like if you beat your dog, maybe a judge will, I don't know, make you do a little community service for a few weeks or whatever. But there's no laws to protect animals. So people who want to make money by kidnapping and exploiting animals and putting them on display can do whatever they want. Do you think there should be some laws to protect animals in some way in Canada?
Yes, there definitely should be some laws in some way to protect the animals, because if they don't, then eventually they're going to go extinct, especially wildlife from the ocean. If too many are caught, then what do you do then?
I appreciate that perspective too. It's not just the suffering of these animals, but also it's depleting all these species who face all these other threats to their survival in the wild. Did you put your hand in the stingray touch tank, guys?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you wonder at all why the stingrays didn't sting the stingrays? Why they didn't sting you or anyone else?
Yes, I did wonder that. I was wondering why. Like, is it their tail that stings you, or
Yeah,
Like what
it's
else?
called a barb.
huh?
Did you notice there were no barbs? There were no stingers on the stingrays?
Yeah,
Can you want to guess why they don't have their barbs anymore?
they take them.
removed them.
Yeah. Yeah, they amputate them, and they'll tell you that if you ask them. They're not going to lie. But they don't post these facts inside. They don't want you to know that. So they grow back after they're amputated, or if in the wild they're in a fight with some animal and their barb is dislodged, they grow back, like your fingernail grows back. So after they amputate the barbs of these stingrays, they have to cut them off over and over. And when they are amputating these barbs, guys, these are wild animals, okay? They're wild animals, and they are fighting like hell to not be held down and restrained while a part of their body is being amputated. So they're being traumatized, these stingrays, over and over again. How do you feel about that?
That's really, like, just thinking about that, like, is just kind of like makes me upset. And like, it's like, what would you think if like that happened to you? If someone's like, it's basically like someone's constantly breaking your finger after it like grows back, or something like a bone
Yeah,
in general.
yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that you're drawing an analogy to how would we feel, putting ourselves in the place of all these animal prisoners here swimming in circles, and they're all broken, they're all depressed. You probably saw some did you see any animals are just kind of sitting there?
Yeah, it's like some of the fish in the tank just sat there and just didn't do anything.
They were sleeping.
Some of them are sleeping, and some of them are. What would be your theory as to why some animals here, sharks, fish, are just listless and they seem to have just kind of given up?
From like torture and like beatment, kind of, from just getting like,
Being in the tanks.
yeah, from getting taken and stuff.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They're actually clinically depressed. It's like the same depression if you put a human being in solitary confinement for the rest of their life and they live in a little cell and they can't live a normal life in any way. Well, crushing depression. They just want to take their own lives, actually. So there's a lot of all those animals inside there, they're depressed, they're traumatized. They're not basically, I don't know why I keep saying basically, that's a bad habit I have. Those animals are literally swimming in circles to be gawked at for money. And do you know who is getting the money?
No.
His name is Jim Pattison, and he's the richest man in Canada. You can look all this up. If you want to verify what I'm telling you, you can verify it. Have you ever seen a billboard and you see the name Pattison on the corner of the billboard? Anyway, he owns all the billboards. Yeah, Pattison Signs. Okay, he's the richest man in Canada. He's worth, I think it's $14 billion. He owns the aquarium. This isn't like run by the city. They're not like protecting wildlife. This is purely a private for-profit enterprise. He's worth $14 billion, and he pays people to go out and traumatize and kidnap animals and put them in glorified bathtubs for the rest of their life so that he can be worth $15 billion. How do you feel about that?
That's kind of just like messed up. Just because you want money doesn't mean you can't just treat people badly, or animals.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he actually has the money to like create sanctuaries for animals, right? And to rehome all those animals in a sanctuary. That's how rich he is. So it's great talking with you guys. Are you from here? I guess you are.
Yeah, we're from Toronto.
Okay, that's great. It's really good talking with you guys.
Have a great day.
Is that your hockey team? Yeah. Okay, that's great. What position are you playing?
Left wing.
Left wing. Okay, so you're pretty fast. Yeah, okay, great. Right.
Good day.
Yeah, it's nice talking with you guys. And would you say one final question after our conversation today? Would you say you'll either never go back to an aquarium or you'll now think about never returning to a marine animal prison, i.e. aquarium?
Think about it. Definitely.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I appreciate it that you're open-minded and you're going to think this through. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Yeah, just planting seeds, planting seeds. That's all I do all day long here at Ripley's Marine Animal Prison. I love coming here and talking to people because the thing is, the people who enter the aquarium tend to be animal lovers. So a lot of them are really good to speak to. Today I've had a few tough customers, but also there's always such a boatload of open-minded people. This person has a shark. Hey, oh, we spoke, right? Can I talk to you about sharks on my YouTube? Can you get permission for that? They have, a person has like a stuffed shark. Okay, there's a big pile of people right over here. Get this lower so we can get the kids in. Hang on. Right. All right. All right, there we go. Get this a bit lower so we can get the kids and the billboard in. There we go. There you go. That's good. Now we're going to angle this up. That's good. There we go. That's good. Yeah, okay, that way we can get, there's a boatload of kids. Yeah, that's pretty good. Little tricky to get the billboard and the kids. Hey, 40-year-old vegan and everybody, thank you for supporting. Done some life-changing interviews today. Those kids are headed off in the other direction. Some life-changing interviews today. So what I'm going to do is I am going to dive into this high-definition footage once it renders by tomorrow. Hey guys, we're inside the aquarium today. Can I talk to you about the torture of these animals? I'm going to dive into this footage when it renders tomorrow on YouTube, and then I am going to cobble together a video, a hard-hitting video for Instagram and for Facebook. Hi guys, were you inside the aquarium today?
Yes.
Can I share with you a shocking fact about one of the species in there and get your opinion on it?
No, sorry, thank you.
All right, do you know that they capture those sharks from the ocean? It is sad, yeah. Would you reconsider ever going to the aquarium? Because if people go, they're going to keep paying these kidnappers.
I know.
Yeah, I get you're torn between your kids want to see sharks, but is it really worth it kidnapping animals from the ocean? There's this young lady, young lady. She's like 5 or something. How old are you? 8, okay. That's your family over there? Is that your mom there? Is that your mom there? Okay, who's your mom? Can you, okay, maybe if you can go get permission, because I'd like to interview you about the sad animals and how they hurt them inside the aquarium, if possible. Yeah, on my YouTube, if you can get permission. There's an 8-year-old girl there. I asked her to go get permission from her mom. Chances of that are about, I'd say 7%. Oh, okay, it's going to get very noisy here. So these guys have showed up. I don't know what this is called. This thing here, it's super, super noisy. Oh, okay, he's turning on the music now. And it gets very difficult to do this, but he has a right to be here and run his business. All right. Yeah, so as I was saying before, I'm going to dive into this high definition footage when it renders tomorrow on YouTube. It only takes 24 hours to do that. And I'm going to cobble together another video for Facebook and Instagram where I do get the views right now. So we can be an influencer for these poor animals. It's just, what the fuck is wrong with some people? What the fuck? I want to be careful about blowing my stack around kids. Oh, here comes the noise. Fuck's sake, it's like a fucking god Damn condiment commercial. Guys, were you inside the aquarium today? You didn't? Okay, good. It's a prison, guys. 20,000 prisoners. Okay, so I guess this is done. This guy starts up, and he doesn't really. It's just like he cranks it up when I'm trying to do interviews here and whatever. Fuck it. I guess I can just throw a tantrum now because this guy has made it impossible for me to continue. What the fuck is wrong with some people? What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with Jim Pattison? Like, what is your fucking problem? What the fuck? There we go. Got a dumbass billboard behind me. What the fuck is that now? Breakfast with a mermaid. Shut the fuck up. Shark prisoners, stingray prisoners. Oh yeah, they have turtle prisoners. Got to talk about the turtles. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. What a fucking jackass. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? You've got $14 billion. Are you not rich enough? What the fuck is wrong with you? You have to pay for these animals. You go and you pay for these fucking hitmen to go and kidnap animals. Hey guys. Hey guys, were you inside the aquarium today?
Oh, it was good. It was good.
It was good, but you think kidnapping sharks from the ocean is good?
No.
It's pretty disgusting, right?
I agree.
Yeah. Do you know how many animals are prisoners inside the aquarium right now?
Technically, all of them.
20,000.
No shit, yeah.
There's 20,000. And that's on their website. I'm not making stuff up, right? I have no credibility. So they have the space that is the equivalent of 2 Olympic pools. Imagine you're at a water park, there's 2 big pools, and there's 20,000 animals crammed for life inside those 2 pools. Would you say those animals would rather be crammed in those pools than free in their ocean habitat?
Yeah, especially the stingrays. There was like this one stingray thing. It was like 3 stingrays. It like looked like a shoebox, you know.
3. Okay, the stingrays.
The freshwater. I don't know if they're freshwater stingrays, but it was towards the end where they were like darker color, dark brown, dark black. Yeah, it's rough, man. It's you take the kids there for fun. Personally, a little hypocritical. I've been a vegetarian for a couple of decades. And
You really have.
Yeah. So
And it sounds like you have ethical reasons for being a vegetarian, among others.
not for dietary, like
Okay, so you're an ethically driven vegetarian. Did you struggle with seeing 20,000 animal prisoners swimming in circles in this prison?
Admittedly, there's compartmentalization going on. There's always, especially with the little ones, you always have to do with that. I'm the cook in the house, and you kind of just like gotta. There's 2 ways you go about it. You're either going to compartmentalize, or you're going to,
What do you mean by compartmentalize with respect to the aquarium animal prisoners?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
kind of like you block it out.
Yeah, like it's either like this or that, and that in
Okay.
itself is a dilemma.
So this is why the aquarium is still here, whereas Marine Land is closed down because people don't want to see dolphins and beluga whales tortured. But the reason this is still here is because people have kids, and kids, Daddy, I want to see sharks. I want to see stingrays and turtles and an octopus, and you want to please your kids. But do you think that there's a way to satisfy your kids without financing this horrible exploitation of
I've
animals?
seen it, but it's not usually in the form of more commercially funded properties like this. Like, ideally, I think there is none, but
I mean, what I'm saying in general, in life, is there a way to give your kids a great childhood, to give them a fun time,
You don't
without
ask for it, yeah.
supporting exploitation of animals?
definitely.
Yeah.
There's a little hypocrisy going on my part. It's
I mean, like no one's perfect. I knew that cows were exploited, but I didn't. It took me 7 years to go vegan, and then a friend just said, like, "What are you doing?" He told me basically I was being a hypocrite, and I said, "You are. I love cheese, but not being evil to animals is more important than this one product, this one taste."
Yeah.
So, but I understand where you're coming from. Do you know there's an 80% die-off of the tropical fish? So when they blow gas into a coral reef to extract tropical fish,
I thought they just had like the guys are kind of. I didn't know there's like that kind of like mechanism behind it where they're actually putting gas in the reefs.
yeah, definitely they have to pump gas into the reef. So there's an 80% die-off, and also in the breeding programs and during transport, it's widely documented about 80% of those tropical fish die. So that's another way of saying for every 2 tropical fish you saw swimming in circles here, roughly 8 died.
It's rough, man. It's not good. Nah, it's not good. Yeah, I was just joking. Yeah, it's probably the last time I come here, just because the one kid I have is that age, and it's like after that, you know. But the only thing I try to do is I try to at least break some of the information to them. Like I'll walk around and be like, "This isn't really good." Like, you know, obviously it would be better just not have something like this, but try to like at least not glamorize it like this isn't some fun thing. I do try to, like, when I walk them as a father, walk them through it and be like, "This isn't good." I mean, not that that's doing that much, but you know,
I mean,
try to at least give a little inch to try to, like, you know, pull the thread, if you will, like, you know, eventually, not totally, you know, accept this is normal. But yeah, no, everything you're saying is right, man. It's yeah, it's rough.
every bit helps. So you're not glorifying these captive animals to your kids. You are pointing out that there's a dark side to what they're witnessing as well. At the same time, this aquarium will continue to kidnap animals, to kill animals, to depress the hell out of animals for their entire lives, as long as people are giving them $50 a pop.
Yeah, no, I agree. You're right. Especially, I mean, yeah, there really isn't the grouper. I don't know if you've seen the grouper, the gigantic grouper in there.
I haven't been inside recently.
Yeah.
Tell me about the grouper.
So, I mean, he's a grouper like this wide, this tall, and I mean, just it doesn't make sense. There's like two of those and one little tiny thing, and it's like the little tiny sharks have more, I guess, because they're more theatric, because they swim overhead and all that stuff, you know. So I guess they're more theatrical and they get more space. But like probably the biggest fish in there, aside from the sharks, they get such a small. It's ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense, you know. They look so depressed. I know it's hard to see emotions in fish, but you just get a vibe. Like, yeah, you don't look like you're fulfilled. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
And also, just common sense. How can this animal be happy living in a box to be gawked at for their entire life? Like, you don't need to be a marine biologist.
That's what I was telling with the stingrays. Like, imagine that they're just sitting there, they're not moving. You know, it's really depressing. But you know, do you got a YouTube channel or something? Or
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook as Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce.
I'm named after a comedian from the 1960s.
I remember. Lenny
So that's how you'll be able to remember. That's where I have the bigger following. I have a fairly good following on Instagram. And here I'm just starting on YouTube.
Okay.
So, but what I'm going to do is when this renders as high definition, I then extract from this to then post on my Facebook. So you'll see yourself there for sure.
Well,
on Facebook.
I think you're doing a good thing, man. Like being out here in the cold and, you know, kind of constantly keeping awareness on this. So, you know, I appreciate it.
This is my 8th time doing this, 2 hours a pop, and I appreciate the time you're taking to discuss this and to mull it over. I wanted to share something with you or ask you about something regarding the stingrays. Did you wonder at all why the stingrays don't sting anybody?
Well, I mean, they're usually peaceful animals. Like they're not trying to hurt.
No, they're wild animals. They're not necessarily aggressive, but they have a barb to sting.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a reason for it, which is if they're approached in the wild and they're touched in the wild, or like they are here, they're gonna sting. Did you wonder why they don't sting anyone?
No, because I didn't think they had any space to even probably maneuver to do it. But like, yeah, all the stingrays they saw were in.
So they don't have barbs. You know why they don't have barbs?
Oh, they debarb them.
Yeah. You can look it up. I mean,
No, I believe you. I'm learning some stuff I didn't even know was that bad. They're debarbing.
so they amputate the barbs, but they have to do it repeatedly because they grow back. It's a survival mechanism. So if a stingray has an altercation with another species and they lose their barb, evolution has evolved a stingray to have barbs that grow back so they can then defend themselves a few days or a few weeks later. So they have to continually amputate barbs of stingrays in the touch tanks in this aquarium, in Ripley's Aquarium. And to do that, they have to restrain the stingrays who are trying with every ounce of their being, with everything that they have in their being. Those stingrays are trying to escape and flee when they're being restrained by staff in the aquarium. So it's super, super traumatic for these stingrays in so many ways to be amputated.
Debarving in there, like
All the time, but
also the staff.
Oh, absolutely. And these are mostly like a lot of students, and they have very minimal training. They don't know how to handle animals. I actually am in close contact with a whistleblower who worked there for a very long time, and he's told me a lot of what's going on.
They're nice kids, but they're not set for proper animal care in there. It's not happening. And no offense, if I was their age too, I wouldn't be the best equipped to deal with something that serious. As proper care of a species like that. So, that's it's a little rough, man. That's rough.
It's just layer upon layer of disturbing facts. And did you notice these facts are not shared with you inside the aquarium? There's no plaques that say, "Oh, we kidnapped the sharks, and 80% of these fish died, and we amputate the barbs, and oh, the octopus figured out how to open the latch of their tank one time, and they escaped and they died on the floor because an octopus is super smart."
I can see that.
And there was an octopus who watched the human handlers undo the latch, and so overnight there was an octopus here who undid the latch, actually escaped from the tank, but then they ended up on a floor, and they survived for a little while because they can be out of water for a little while, but not long. And they found the octopus, that giant Pacific octopus, dead. So they're not going to share that with you.
No.
It's bullshit. It's animal exploitation for money. That's all it is. It's disgusting.
No, I agree. Yeah, you're right.
So are you at a point now of you have to think about whether you would ever patronize a marine animal prison, i.e. aquarium, or now you would never pay $50 again to Canada's richest person, Jim Pattison, who owns the aquarium, so that he can pay more hitmen to go out and kidnap sharks?
I wouldn't be going. It's I was joking about before. Like, thankfully, this is the last age. Don't have to take the kids anymore. Don't have to do this stuff again. The youngest is like at that age where it'll be entertaining to them. You're done. I've only taken my eldest kid here one time, so they each got their own time going. It's a weird thing raising kids that aren't into any of this stuff. You try to at least, I have friends who very strict vegans, raise their kids vegans. It's a challenge. Everyone has their own ways of doing stuff. But to be honest, personally, it'd be nice. I'm okay never going to someplace like this again. Yeah, it's
Isn't it kind of a no-brainer to not give $50 to someone who's going to use it to go and kidnap animals and imprison them in a glorified bathtub for the rest of their life?
It's rough in there, man. Especially the stingrays and the groupers, all the
Thanks for letting me know about the groupers. I'm going to look into that.
Really
So you saw how many of these groupers?
So there was 2 in one take. That I guess they're called the gigantic groupers. And I mean, dude, it's bigger than the sharks, and the sharks had so much more space. Ideally, I don't think any of the fish there have enough space, but those groupers that's going to stick in my head for a while. Yeah.
So how much space did they have? Can you just kind of show me physically here?
I would say a tank, probably, honestly, from back there to here, and then, basically like this kind of square.
So like less than the size of a very small apartment bedroom, like
yeah. And it was just this big
8x8. So these groupers are what? Like they're what? Like 15 feet long or something, or 10 feet long, or
maybe 6 feet long.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was. I'm gonna say 6, just like if you weighed it out. But
and you just thought that was disgusting.
Oh yeah. It was rough, man. It looked really sad. It's
pathetic. And there's no regulations. Okay. Nice talking to you, my friend. What's your first name?
What you do, Dustin.
Dustin. Oh, you're lucky. Your parents gave you a cool name. I got Leonard.
Leonard. I like Leonard.
No, but I'm Lenny now. Lenny Bruce. Check it out on Facebook. You'll be there. Thanks, Dustin. Why did my parents name me Dustin? Holy shnikes. It's not that cold, but when you're standing still, obviously it's a lot colder. No circulation. Well, not no circulation, but less circulation than when you're moving. This mic is pretty good about isolating voices, so I think this is probably coming across well. Anybody there, can you let me know whether or not you can hear this okay, even with the background music? I have a feeling that it's just fine. And also, if anyone watching right now, can you please confirm that you can even hear me? I want to make sure this mic is working according to that green light. The sound is great. Thank you, Jason Gutt. Music is minimal. Thank you. CB Coops. Thank you, 40-year-old vegan. All sounds good. So I'm going to get into a habit, guys, of live streaming regularly. I've just had some things that had to be dealt with, but I am going to attempt to consistently live stream on YouTube. Let me speak to people first, and then I'll. Hi, guys. Were you inside the aquarium today? Were you inside the aquarium? Okay. What do you think about the fact that these sharks? Oh, you didn't go? Did you go inside here? You think it's no? You speak no English, no French, Francais. Okay. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I am going to attempt to live stream consistently and see whether that builds YouTube. My Facebook and Instagram have been building slowly but steadily over the years. Now about 14,000 followers. Facebook. Hi guys, were you inside the aquarium today? Can I share with you some shocking facts about the shark prisoners in this aquarium? So about 21K combined followers, Facebook, Instagram. So there I feel I have a bit of influence for animals, sometimes more than a bit. Sometimes something goes viral and you feel like you're making some impact. Oh, I just missed some more people. Guys, hi guys. Were you inside the aquarium? I need to talk to you about the animal prisoners. Do you have a moment? All right. Maybe I'll reflect on my life later and just focus on turning people against this disgusting hellhole. Hey guys, are you going inside the aquarium today? Anybody going inside the aquarium? Good, don't. 20,000 animals kidnapped from the ocean. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I'll talk about my life later. Right now I want to focus on turning people against this dump. This fetid, rancid, festering dump. Hey, Jim Pattison, why don't you show up here and do an interview with me? Hey guys, we inside the aquarium today. Good. Can I put one or all of you on my YouTube live stream for a second and tell you why I think you should never go to the aquarium? Come on, who wants to be on YouTube? You want to be on YouTube? Is that okay? You too? Is that okay? I'm just doing my YouTube. Okay, guys, you want to come over here? That'd be awesome. I'll put that here. Okay, let me just angle this down a bit. 1 second, guys. I'm going to move this down so this way I can actually see you guys. Okay, awesome. I'm here with my two friends. What are your first names? Cameron.
Carter.
What?
Carter.
Carter and Cameron. Guys, were you inside the aquarium today?
No.
No? Okay. Have you ever been inside the aquarium?
Yeah.
What did you think? Do you think it was good or bad?
It was okay. I don't really like it that much. It was kind of boring.
Kind of boring? Do you think it was nice to the animals to take them from the ocean and put them in these, like, giant bathtubs for the rest of their life?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think it was bad to do that or good?
Good.
You think it's good to take animals kidnapped from the... I think you're, like, trying to have fun with me here. You don't really think it's good to go out to the ocean and to capture a shark who wants to be free in the ocean and then put them in this giant bathtub to swim in circles instead of being free. You think that's nice?
No.
Isn't that actually, like, pretty cruel to do to sharks?
Yeah.
You know, these animals, where do you think they get all these 20,000 animals in the aquarium? Carter, where do you think they get all the animals in the aquarium?
From the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah. Carter said the Atlantic Ocean. That's where they get most of them. Do you think these animals wanted to be captured from the ocean and put in this giant bathtub for the rest of their life?
No. No.
You think that's pretty mean to do that to animals, to take them from the wild and put them in buildings to swim in circles and nothing else for the rest of their life?
That is pretty mean.
You think it's pretty mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty mean. Like, imagine if they took a giraffe out of the wild and they put them in a cage.
They already did.
Yeah, they do that at zoos. It's the same thing like zoos. So basically, what they're doing here is they're taking these animals from the wild where they're free, they have their friends, they have their family, they can do whatever they want, like you. You can do whatever you want, right? You're free.
Yeah.
Do you think these animals are free, though?
No.
No. They're more like prisoners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. So I hope you guys never go back to the aquarium because if people stop going and stop giving money, because your mom has to give them money to go inside, then they use the money to pay people to go to the ocean and to capture all of these animals who fight very hard to not be captured because the animals don't want to be captured, right? Do you think there's any animal who wants to be captured?
No.
No. You think you think you'll never come back to the aquarium because you don't want to support cruelty to wild animals? Cameron, do you think you'll reconsider? Like, do you think it's the best thing is to not come back to the aquarium so that your family doesn't give money to people who want to hurt animals?
I don't think my family should give money to them.
Yeah. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, Carter. I appreciate it.
It's live.
Yeah, it's live. It is live on YouTube.
How many people?
So, well, I have about 14,000 on Facebook. Okay, so what I do is I take this and then I put it on Facebook. So that's about 14,000 there. So I usually get about 10, 20, 30,000 people watching. So a lot of people watch, and I try to tell as many people as I can, don't come to the aquarium. Because I live here, right?
Have Ripley the Aquarium ever?
Pardon me?
Have Ripley the Aquarium ever commented on your videos?
I mean, I've had like thousands of people commenting, and every time I do this, I get people who don't go because they say, yeah, you're right. We shouldn't go to the aquarium and give money to the owners of the aquarium who kidnap animals from oceans because it's really mean. So I really appreciate that. Can I ask you something? Do you know that's a Canada Goose jacket? Do you know that that's a coyote fur? Did you know that Canada Goose actually went fur free? They now have oh, you do? Oh, okay. And so I'm a volunteer in animal rights. It's not my job. Actually, all activists are pretty much volunteers. There's really no jobs in this. But I know someone called Jenny McQueen, very well known in Toronto, and she runs a program called Zip Off the Cruelty. And she collects these furs from people who donate them. And then she'll bring them to an animal sanctuary in the spring. And then the sanctuary will lay them down as bedding, normally for orphaned animals who actually, on some level, think that fur represents a parent. It's like a maternal association, aside from the physical warmth and comfort. And I accompanied her once, and I brought some Canada Goose furs that people zipped off. And I saw this orphaned baby coyote, which I shot a video of and posted it on my Facebook. And that baby coyote was so happy. They were nestling in the fur, and they really thought on some level it's their mother. If you wanted to do that, if you wanted to zip that off,
He doesn't. This is off the fur on your Canada Goose.
you took off. Why did you take off your Canada Goose?
I didn't like it.
Wait, you zipped off?
The fur on your Canada Goose.
Why did you zip off the fur on your Canada Goose jacket, Cameron?
Because I couldn't find my fur. I couldn't find it.
You lost it?
Yeah.
Okay, but do you know what kind of fur that was?
No.
It's from a coyote. You know what coyotes are?
Yeah.
They're like dogs. They're basically the same. They're like a canine. They're related to dogs. They're wild dogs. So Canada Goose, they don't do it anymore. They stopped doing it. But like that Carter there, that's actually like a dog fur on there. It's a coyote fur, and they're like, you can look it up. Like, look it up on the internet, Google it. But that's actually fur and the skin from a dog. How do you feel about that?
Disgusted?
Yeah, it's disgusting. But you didn't go into a store. Your mom didn't go into the store and say, "Hey, where's the dog fur?" It's just like we can't think of everything, but then we have conversations to try to inform each other of different facts and then make a few changes to be kinder to animals. So it's really nice of you to stop and take all this time. I'm grateful.
I'm glad you're passionate about what you're doing, and you
It's
little bit. I mean, this goes for zoos and for aquariums as well, too, right? So
sorry. What were you
I'm
saying?
glad you're really passionate with what you're doing, and it goes for zoos as well too and whatnot. I mean, I know the positive side is for educational purposes, but at the same time too, you got to think about the animals at the same time. So I get what you're saying.
I appreciate your fairness. Like you're trying to be fair-minded
Yes,
in your
yeah.
thinking, and in terms of education, at the same time, when we take our kids to an aquarium, are we also educating them in a way that it's acceptable to exploit animals? Like unintentionally. I know you
Yeah, it's
didn't,
unintentional,
but
sure, yeah, that's
isn't that a
happening.
byproduct?
It's happening. Yeah, that's what's happening as well too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey there, Cameron. Yeah, I really appreciate your openness. I appreciate your time. Like you've got things to do, and I'm really grateful that you stopped and took all this time, your whole family, to speak with me. That zips off, so I'm just letting you know. I can even validate it for you that it's a real thing. I'm not going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. I'll give it to Jenny.
I tell him all the time, and he's like, no. So I don't even bother. There'll be a moment where he will want to, and then at least I know that exists. So
Yeah, and so if you look up Animal Rights Toronto.
could we actually have your YouTube channel?
So I'm the best thing. What I would recommend is look me up on Facebook. I'm Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce.
Remember Lenny Bruce?
Lenny Bruce. He was a famous comedian in the '60s.
Okay.
Stand-up comedian that my parents named me after him. So I'm Lenny Bruce. So that's where I have the biggest following, 14,000. So what I do, I just started my YouTube. So I'll post the live stream. I get a few views, but then when that footage renders in high definition, I extract like a 2 or 3 minute video from that, and this will be in it, and I post that on my Facebook and Instagram, and there I'll get the tens of thousands of views, which I'm doing not for me. I don't make any money. I'm doing it to drive people away from exploiting animals and towards being vegan.
Do you go to Toronto too as well too?
Do I go to where?
Toronto too as well too, or are you just here?
Do I go? No, the Toronto Zoo. You can't gain access to it. It's like there's so much private property surrounding it. You can't get anywhere near it.
Yeah.
But here, like I live over here.
Yeah, so it's easier. Yeah.
So like if I have a couple hours off, I come here. This is my 8th time doing it, and I turn people away. I'm doing my part, and we have our socials now, so we have a bit of power. If you can go on Lenny Bruce,
I will.
it'll be there by tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry, what's your first name?
My name is Sheena.
Sheena. And then if you can see it and you can share it out, this was so good. This will definitely be in my video. So Lenny Bruce,
Yeah.
you're Sheena. If you can help me and comment, like, and share, get that out there. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. Yeah, everybody just do their part. Okay, guys.
Thank you so much.
Nice talking to you. Now, what an amazing family. Yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, I'm vegan. Did I mention that? Cameron. Hey, Cameron, he's been like half my live stream here with us. Yeah.
Come on, Cameron.
Yeah. Oh, Cameron. That's okay. That's fun. I like this look. This is an amazing look right now. Let's just do the rest of the live stream like this, Cameron. Okay, wild. Okay, Cameron. Talk.
Cameron, let's go.
It's okay. And talk to Carter. Talk to Carter about the fur, about the dog fur. Okay, Cam. You guys are awesome. Look, my favorite family of all time. I'm vegan, by the way. Look up vegan. I'm vegan, and I'm 63. I'm very old, and I can run up the CN Tower, and that's because I'm vegan. If you're vegan, you'll live to be 110.
That's true.
Yeah. Take care, buddy. All right. Wow, that was pretty wild. Oh, I have met like some amazing families today. Actually, I kind of like the music in the background. Puts me in a good mood, and it adds a little flavor to this live stream. Let's go check it out. Ooh. Yeah. Hey guys, we're inside the aquarium today. Were you inside the aquarium? Okay, can I share with you a very important fact that they didn't share with you and get your opinion on... Okay, do you know the sharks are wild caught against their will from oceans? Violently. Very, very cruel. Just always looking for the perfect angle here. Try this. I want to get the kids in, but also this dumb billboard here. Dumb, I should say, video board. All right, throw it back a little. There we go. Like that. All right, Wild. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get the kids in that. No. I guess horizontally, I can't get it all. I can't get the kids in, my frame here, and this stupid animal torture video board here. What I could do is I could put the whole thing down lower. Let me try that. There we go. Okay, let's see now. That should work. Hey guys, we're inside the aquarium today. Disgusting animal torture emporium. Need a super wide angle lens. Yeah, how do I... There's no way to do that though. When you're on selfie mode videotaping, there is no option on an iPhone to widen the angle. There's no wide angle lens. They only have that available when you have it on selfie mode for a photo. All right. This should work. Tiny bit lower. Kids. Guys. Maybe that. Enough of the dumb torture board there. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Hey guys. Hey guys, were you in the aquarium today? Were you in the aquarium? I hope you weren't in this animal torture emporium, guys. Yeah, that should work. You get most of their stupid display. And if I'm right about here, should work to interview the kids. Hey, were you inside the aquarium today? Please don't patronize this marine animal prison. Thank you. I've invited some other activists to come over. We're doing anti-fur protesting today. Jenny, Colleen, Peter, other awesome human beings. I invited them to come on over after they finish the anti-fur protesting. What time? Can someone tell me the time, please? I want to figure out whether or not there's a likelihood of other activists showing up. So if anyone can tell me the time, I'd much appreciate it. How's it going? Good. How are you?
Good. What are you doing?
I'm live streaming.
Live streaming. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you live streaming?
I'm live streaming about mistreatment of animals in the aquarium.
Okay. Well, first time I've been here.
Okay. Can I put
enjoyed
you on
it.
my YouTube live stream?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
Am I gonna be coming in as a celebrity?
Pretty much. Yeah. So what you're saying?
Okay, well, yeah, first time, taking the grandkids in there. They've been here before, but I haven't actually seen it myself. Got some good pictures of everything but a great white. Apparently, they don't have, yeah. But
What do you
yeah.
think of kidnapping sharks from the ocean and putting them in a glorified bathtub?
I think it's totally illegal. I don't agree with it at all. You ever see the movie The Cove?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I appreciate that you've seen that.
Yeah.
That says a lot to me about you right there.
Yeah. Well, what they're doing over there is, it's sinister. It's sinister. It really.
I appreciate you using that word, and I'm going to use that word totally. Sinister.
It is. It is. They're cutting the fins off the sharks and letting them lay alive on the bottom of the ocean, and that is just it's really sad. It's a sad movie. These dolphins apparently have the ability to save as a 5-year-old. That's what I heard.
And we say that, but what do we really know about animals? Maybe they're much more intelligent than us in some ways, right?
Well,
I appreciate. Yeah, what do we know? We evaluate everything from our own frame of reference.
Sorry.
Very good speaking with you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Make sure that hits.
Yeah, so that's amazing. I love that. I love what just happened. So that dude used the word sinister to describe what these aquarium people, this aquarium industry is doing to animals. It is sinister. That's the word, and I'm going to use that word. It's fucking sinister to send these hitmen out into the ocean who think they're macho. Hey guys, did you hit the aquarium today? Okay, can I share with you a shocking fact about the sharks? Where do you think they get the sharks, guys? Wild caught, kidnapped. People just walk on by, you just gotta bellow it out, bellow out the facts. This family's coming from the CN Tower. CN Tower, by the way. I've clambered up that, no problem. Light workout for me. It's a Whole Foods vegan. Did that at age 61. No, they're smoking here, so I'm not gonna interview this family. No, I'm not going to interview this family. I don't want to inhale the smoke. The kid is inhaling the smoke, though. Wonderful. Anyway, we need to be more laws about certain things. Yeah, it's fucking sinister. Jim Pattison, why don't you show up here one day? We'll do a little interview, Mr. Jim Pattison, richest man in Canada. Not that that makes it worse, but I guess it makes it worse in that you've got $14 billion, which means you could build the world's most incredible marine animal sanctuary. I mean, you're a very influential, powerful person. I'm sure you can persuade the Prime Minister to do the necessary approvals, Jim Pattison, for you to build a marine animal sanctuary and stop being a dick to these animals. Because you're being a dick, you're being a jerk. So, the aquarium is mostly done for the day. There's still people exiting. And I vowed to push to 2 hours on this, so we're at 92 minutes. Sorry, someone probably answered this question. I'm wondering what the time is. There's no indication of the time. There's no indication of the time. I'm looking. I don't see the time on my YouTube live stream. Guys, are you visiting the aquarium today? That's good. I don't want you to visit a marine animal prison. Guys, are you visiting the aquarium today? Good. Don't visit a marine animal prison. It's disgusting. I'm glad you're not patronizing a marine animal prison. 2:45 Central Time. Thank you, Jason Gutt. Central. I'm Eastern, so 3:45. Thank you, Jason Gutt. Holy shnikes, Jason Gutt. Unbelievable. You're here the whole time. The 40-year-old vegan, 3:45 Eastern Standard Time. Holy loyal. Like I haven't been on your live streams in a month, and here you are, loyal? I'm ashamed of myself. Unbelievable. It's worth waiting to experience those profound interactions that occur regularly here outside the aquarium. Hey guys, were you inside the aquarium today? Were you inside the aquarium? Can I convince you to never enter the aquarium? Do you have a second? Hey guys, are you considering entering the aquarium today? Are you going inside the aquarium, guys? Can you give me a minute to convince you to not enter this marine animal prison? Sharks captured, kidnapped. Hi guys, you just exited the aquarium? Were you inside the aquarium, guys? Okay, but where do you think they get the sharks? They kidnap them. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. Yeah, it is bad. It's gross. Okay. He said, yeah, it's bad. And he said, cheers. So, like, a lot of people are still going to do it because they got the kids, and it's just, it's basically like a litmus test of morality. Is there are people who say, yeah, I know it's wrong. I knew going in it was wrong. But the kids, like, I'm not judgmental, but it is a test of morality. If you know it's wrong, if you know the aquarium is wrong, the animals are just all broken, like they are broken, and you still take your kids inside, it says you need to reevaluate a few things. Like, I went vegetarian 37 years ago. Guys, were you inside the aquarium today? It's terrible. Can I tell you why this aquarium is the worst thing in Toronto? Do you have a second? Is that okay? But do you know they kidnap sharks from the ocean? You're right, it is true. It's disgusting. I went vegetarian over 37 years ago, and at that time I knew I didn't need dairy for my health, and I knew cows were treated like shit, but I wanted my fucking Kraft medium Cracker Barrel cheese to grate over piping hot baked potatoes every night after work. That was my big drug. My big drug was cheese. And I didn't give it up. And I knew I was contributing to torture of cows. I didn't give it up. And my first vegan friend, Edward, first male vegan friend, Edward, called me up. And he said, okay, the cows are tortured. You don't need cheese. That was the only dairy that I was consuming as a vegetarian, the only animal product. He said, Are you an animal activist or not? What are you doing? Hey guys, were you inside the aquarium? Yeah, can I share with any of you or all of you a disturbing fact about the mistreatment of these animals that they didn't tell you? And I want your opinion on that. Is that okay? Do you have a second? I'm live on YouTube. It's live, but then that's it. Then it's over. Where are you from? Where are you guys visiting from? Sweden. Oh, wow. I've never had anyone from Sweden. Can I do a quick question? I want to ask you one question. Is that okay? Do you mind? It's just my YouTube. Like, it's completely harmless, and it's for the animals. I'm here defending the animals. It doesn't have to be on film. Do you know how many animals are inside the aquarium? 20,000. Do you think it's fair to imprison 20,000 animals in a giant bathtub for the rest of their life instead of where they came from, free in an ocean?
Well, that depends on
What does it depend on?
how they are treated, I guess. I mean,
Well, do you think any animals want to be swimming in circles in a bathtub for their entire life instead of free in their ocean habitat with their friends and their family and the life they were intended to live?
I don't know.
Well, what don't you know? Do you think there's any animal who says, I'd rather be in a bathtub to make money for somebody than be free in the ocean? Is there any animal who wants that?
Probably not.
Thank you. All right. Didn't want to be on film, but I got that visitor from Sweden to admit. Guys, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Any of you inside the aquarium today?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can I share with you a couple of disturbing facts about the mistreatment of those animals on my YouTube?
Yes, of course.
And get your opinion?
Yeah.
Do you mind coming over here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Okay, are you guys from Toronto or are you visiting?
We're visiting.
Where from?
St. Catharines.
So, how do you feel about seeing all those animal prisoners swimming in circles in a glorified bathtub for the rest of their life instead of being in their natural habitat free?
I feel like it is pretty unfair, but like they also wouldn't know better because they've been raised into that, which again is very unfair also. But
Wait a second, do you think the sharks were like from breeding programs?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
No, the sharks are all wild caught. 100%. There's no breeding programs for sharks anywhere in the world. You can't like breed sharks like you can a puppy, okay? They're all wild caught against their will. It's a very violent process. It's very traumatic. So they're ripped from their ocean habitat and the life they want to live. They got a brain. They're not brainless. They want. They have wants and needs and desires. Do you think any of the sharks swimming in circles in this glorified bathtub are happy that they're here instead of in the ocean?
Probably not. No. I mean, from what I saw, they were just swimming with the other fish. They just seem kind of mindless.
Yeah, like drones.
Like bored and depressed, probably.
Yeah, that's how I probably would have been if I was like I would probably be like it's conditioning. It's just not gonna. It's like keeping someone in like a place and then just watching them. Like what's that one movie called? The Walrus. It's like that. That's a good thing because like once you see it, it's a human. You're gonna feel bad for it because, like what you said, we have brains and feelings and desires. But once you see them in there, you think they're happy because they're swimming and getting fed. You don't know that. They probably are depressed and like bored out of their mind because they're not meeting new fishes and shit like that. Like they're just swimming. It's not. Honestly, from what I've seen, I felt pretty sad for the stingrays because they're just like fucking just hitting the wall and shit, and like they seem happy.
Hitting the wall?
Like not like hitting the wall, but like wanting to get out, kind of.
Yeah, a few of them were like, they just they ran up to the glass, and as soon as they just like tapped it, they just like swam away.
So you're saying it was pretty evident to you they were trying to escape this prison.
Yeah.
And you're saying it's a fair assumption that these animals are depressed and broken out of their minds.
Yeah, like some of the animals in there are kept in a small little environment, and I would feel not happy being in there if I was them.
I appreciate the way you're thinking this through, which is you're making assumptions that are fair as opposed to assumptions that are rationalizations and self-serving. So some people might do that and say, I don't know, they're just animals. They don't know the difference, which is a self-serving rationalization assumption. But you're being fair to these animals, and you're making an assumption that unless it's proven otherwise, they're sentient beings with a brain, central nervous system, and we have to assume, unless proven otherwise, that they're broken and depressed more than we can imagine, swimming in circles in a glorified bathtub for the rest of their entire lives.
Yeah, and I feel like another big issue with that is even if we try to like rehabilitate or help them and like release them into the wild, they could struggle to get back into that environment, being in this environment for so long. Like they could feel way more damaged and way more hurt by going back into the wild after being in an aquarium, constantly fed without having to get their own food like that, and all these other things that makes it so much harder for anything to really be done about it.
So the additional tragedy to recognizing here is even if the billionaire owner of the aquarium, Jim Pattison, the richest person in Canada, by the way, had a change of heart and an epiphany and decided to use his billions to build a marine animal sanctuary off the coast of Nova Scotia, these animals are so acclimated to being dependent on humans that they couldn't be released into the wild.
Yeah, that's what I think personally, especially with like the sharks and stuff that need to hunt and find like certain ways and special ways to survive that are more complex in their ways of like living. Like so sharks and sawfish, turtles, stuff like that, they would struggle way more than most of the other fish in there than like going back. And I feel like they are the ones that should, like, they're the biggest ones. They're the ones who are clearly like given the least room for what they are, and they should be given more. But it's kind of a tragedy to realize that they can't be given the like space they need without something bad happening, because they won't be as ready as other sharks. They'll basically just be like as they were when they were in the wild and caught. That's what they're returning to, or they're returning to a life that they don't want to live fully.
So they're basically doomed, even if there was an option to release these animals, they're all doomed now.
Yeah, I think that.
I appreciate you pointing out some of the other species here. Turtles, you guys saw turtles here.
Turtle, that one was hard to watch.
Why was it hard for you to witness the turtle prisoners in Ripley's Aquarium, Toronto?
Because it's so small. They're such big animals, and personally, I just don't want to see that. Like, I paid to get in there, but like, I didn't realize how depressing it is, and like, you can see it in them, like too, like all the fishes too, especially the big ones. Like, even though they have all that space, like, yeah, it's space, but like, they need the whole ocean, not like some little confinement for entertainment.
I appreciate that you're being completely reasonable and you're not trying to rationalize or justify exploitation of animals, and you're recognizing that they want to be in an ocean unless we know otherwise.
Yeah, like it's kind of clear too. It's like, but they don't know what that is. Sorry, I kind of forgot when I was going.
It's okay. It'll come to you. I heard just from some other visitor today who also was really regretting that they patronized this marine animal prison, that they witnessed a huge grouper fish that was 6 feet long, and they said they had about 8 feet by 8 feet of space, and they thought that was like really hard to take, really heartbreaking. So you witnessed scenarios where the animals were large, and they were in these ridiculously tiny little enclosures doing nothing other than staring at the walls for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, it was like that eel, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've heard there's eels.
Yeah.
And stingrays. Did you approach a stingray touch tank at all? Did you put your hands in that?
Yeah.
Did you touch the stingrays?
I did touch one of the stingrays, but one thing I did see, which was really unfair,
Body language, what did you observe about that?
It just seemed just like they're all skittish too. Like they obviously want to be like pet, not like, I wouldn't say obviously, but like conditioned, like brain, like wired into like wanting to be pet.
Well, they actually don't want to be petted, the stingrays. So what they do is they don't feed them during the day ever. So you'll notice that people have food. So they're approaching people not because they don't want to be groped by humans. They're wild animals. They have no interest. No wild animal ever wants to be touched by a human being. So they don't feed them. So they approach people who have food. They're looking, they don't have food, but they're looking for food because they kind of starve them during the day. let me ask you one final question because you guys, I'm sure, have lots of things to do. Did you wonder about why the stingrays don't sting anyone who?
Yeah, they definitely took it out. Yeah, because like the natural instinct that they would have, they see a big old hand coming down to touch them, they're gonna like snap back at that, right? They're not idiots, right? If a stingray's in the wild, they get stepped on, that's how they react, right? But in those tanks, they just, like I said, they're robotic. They're skittish, like what he said, but they don't have that reaction. They seem just so dependent and like submissive in a way that's just so unfair.
I appreciate again that you're not rationalizing and that you're being fair and honest, which is you're recognizing the reason that they don't sting anyone is because they do amputate the barbs and they grow back because that's a survival mechanism. So let's say you pointed out if a stingray in the wild is in an altercation with another species and somehow they lose their barb. So evolution has modified these animals so that the barbs will grow back. Okay? So they are continually amputating the barbs in Ripley's aquarium. So they have to restrain those animals. And I know for a fact they are thrashing violently trying to escape. So it's just another trauma, but they don't show you that. They don't tell you about that. So you guys are awesome. You're like super thoughtful and you're fair. I find you are very fair-minded people and you're not self-serving. I really respect you guys. Would you say that as a result of what you witnessed today, the suffering of these animals, additionally this conversation and your thoughts, that you are ready to say you will never set foot in another marine animal prison, i.e. aquarium, again for the rest of your lives?
I wouldn't say I personally wouldn't, but if someone pays for me, I'm not gonna be an asshole and say I can't go. But like,
would you think a better reaction might be, thanks for the offer, like that's very nice of you, and then educate the person on the suffering of these animals and say, let's take that $50, go to the CN Tower, go bowling across the street in the rec room, instead of just kind of going along with it?
I mean, my parents wouldn't do that. Personally, they would probably just yell at me and tell me just they're animals. They don't care. Well, like they do, and it shows. Like especially in zoos, they are. It's probably the most depressing thing I've seen. Like especially those big lions too. It's just sad to see.
I appreciate your sentience and that you're not afraid to be compassionate and that you're not buying into some kind of, I don't know, weird macho notions that it's weak to be sensitive. It's not weak. It's actually weak to be afraid to be sensitive and compassionate. Anyone here at a point where you would say you're done with aquariums for life?
I'd probably say like I've been once before when I was little for my birthday, right?
Yeah.
That was my parent bought that for me. And yeah, when I was little, I thought it was pretty cool. But like growing up, seeing all the captive like animals that are supposed to be free and flowing, like it is really sad to see. And coming back today, like seeing it for myself once again, now that I've more matured to see that, like I wouldn't say I would go like back to this one really.
I appreciate that. Final comments?
As of right now, like I probably wouldn't be going back to like anytime soon.
I'm ending this, and this is a great way to end because I know you guys are like so refreshingly thoughtful and fair-minded. Meeting people like you just kind of re-encourages me that there's hope. That when people are like deprogrammed and at their best, people are like super intelligent and thoughtful like you guys. Just give me your first names.
Elias.
Elias. Milo.
Graham.
Yeah. I'm Lenny. I'm Lenny Bruce on Facebook. So that's where you can find this. By tomorrow, I'll have posted a video. I've done like 7 so far. This will be my 8th. So Lenny Bruce on Facebook by tomorrow. See the video there, and then I'll put it on Instagram, YouTube, Reddit probably. I really appreciate talking to you guys. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate all the time you took. It was a lot of time. Okay, wild. By the way, I'm vegan. If any of you guys are vegan or thought about it? I thought about it. Yeah, okay. Is it something that you're like considered as a possibility or?
I consider it for weight loss.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I like meat. I'm a big guy, but I probably would go vegan for like weight loss.
Weight loss, yeah, you would. You'd lose weight. I was pretty big, and I figured out the only way to lose weight is fiber. When you have fiber in everything you eat, you wake up skinny. Because I tried every diet. I tried running 5 miles, and some doctor who's vegan said, you just have to be vegan because it's fiber. You need fiber in every bite of every food you eat. You need fiber, and there's no fiber in animals. So. And then for the animals and everything else. So it's nice talking to you guys. Thank you, guys. What a great way to end this. All right. Take care, guys. How about that, eh? Now, that was a good use of my Wednesday afternoon. Okay. Ciao. Yes, and the streaming.